Don't forget to stick around through the end of the video for information on our Arrive Serpentor Arrive giveaway. After more than 3 decades and various incarnations and origin stories, it was finally time for this ghostly creature to have an appearance in an animated series. No matter the media, no matter the origin story, this character is one of a truly supernatural appearance that feeds on and uses the fears of his enemies to subdue them. Fears sometimes he is the one responsible for. And he glows. He's scary. And he glows. Enter Scareglow. I don't mean just that the action figure literally glows in the dark, which it does, but that the character had a glowing aura about him that only further helped instill fear into those who gazed upon his brilliance. For me, it's just great that he glows in the dark. Scareglow finally made his appearance in the recent Masters of the Universe Revelation series on Netflix, where his story varies a bit from prior versions. Here he serves as the ruler of Subternia, or the Land of the Dead, as opposed to an alternate dimension of Infinita, which could be argued as another version of an underworld. Each time, and each storyline where Scareglow appears is usually at the hands of Skeletor, with the most recent being simply from time and space, leading to some intriguing questions about the true origin of this frightening creature. Could he be a future incarnation of Skeletor in the afterlife? The original release of the 1987 action figure was in limited numbers compared to prior character figure releases, as interest in the line had and was dwindling. This makes the original a very sought after and highly valued piece. We may not have the budget for that version, but we do for the Masters of the Universe retro style re-release. Hey everyone, my name is Jonathan, aka JK of JK Collects, and remember, we'll be posting new videos at least twice a week, if not more. And if that sounds of interest to you, please click that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. In this episode, we are taking a closer look at the Mattel Masters of the Universe retro style Target exclusive, Scareglow. Hey everyone, welcome back. Here it is, the Masters of the Universe retro style, retro play Scareglow. This 40th anniversary thing. I cannot stress how excited I am to have this, right? So as a kid, He-Man was a big thing. We were definitely into him. I had a lot of He-Man figures, but like I'd mentioned, interest and whatnot was dwindling, and by the time Scareglow was a thing, I, as a kid, had moved on, right? So Transformers and absolutely G.I. Joe. Once I found G.I. Joe, I was locked in, and it was kind of the end for all other toys for the most part. But this was one, once I realized it was a thing, being such a fan of Halloween and the macabre and just creepy stuff, I always was sad that I never actually got to enjoy this one as a kid. But here we have it. Just picked this up from Target. Didn't even know it was a thing until I saw it hanging on the shelves. I was very excited to get it. So let's check out the back. I love the packaging, right? Just brings that retro feel to it, right? You've got the pictures of the other figures up there, and just so neat, right? This whole wave, just classics that we also had. The drawing, Scareglow coming in to attack, right? Look, a walking horror from a different dimension. Scareglow radiates fear and terrifies his victim. So cool. Includes comic book, just like back in the day. So I just love it, telling you to place it in a light so that it glows in the dark. And it's a bubble, so, you know, not a lot going on inside. And as you can see, I have already cut it to get the bubble as I normally do. I have not opened it. I have not taken it out. The staff definitely wants to come out. I've saved it so we can do it right now. So let's see if we can. This is definitely out. Let's see if we can get the rest of it out. So yeah, that tray is going to come out very easily. The comic, yeah, I think we can. Yes, we can. Okay, so there we go. Empty bubble. Oh, it's so cool to see this packaging. Just even though it's not the exact original thing, it's just so neat to see it. And then here we go. Double Trouble. 2 Orcos being held up by old He-Man himself. So just so neat, right? And obviously the artwork's a little bit different, a little bit more updated, but here we've got Scareglow. We've got just everybody in here. That whole squad from the back of that package seems like they're featured in this. The only person I have not seen yet is Many Faces, but I'm sure. Oh, yep, there we go. There's the appearance. There's all Many Faces. So there we go. Yeah, everybody featured here is shown in that. So look, yeah, so cool. Okay, let's take a closer look at this this staff slash axe blade. You know, if this has like a cool name to it, please throw it in the comments. I would love to know if it has like a cool, just legendary Scareglow name to it. But it's so cool. It's in this green plastic, and it's a He-Man figure, right? And I always say, oh, I could have used a little bit of a paint wash. No, not this at all. It's so great that it's just left this cast piece of plastic, just like it would have been back in the day. The kind of a soft plastic that's kind of flexible, almost has a little bit of a bend shape to it. It's just so neat to feel that. All right, now here is our guy, Scareglow himself. So let's pop him out of this bubble. So very excited. It's not often that I get to open a figure and I have excitement in my voice and just in my heart. But fortunately, with several that I've already gotten to do so far, I have had that gift. And this is definitely one of them. Okay, so we've got a little bit of the elastics holding it in place. I tell you, McFarlane Toys must be outsourcing these plastics to other companies. Okay, so we've got that one, and then we've got one holding the feet. So 2 pieces of the elastics holding it in. They are across, right? So one for the arms and one for the feet. And then we have an empty tray, and there he is. Just that legendary. God, it's just so good. I'm at a loss for words. I've not had a He-Man figure in my hands, at least one of the older styles, since I was a child. So just having this build, this frame, it almost feels like it's new, but it also takes you back, right, for so long ago. And just the build on it is so cool. The fabric, the cape, it's not soft goods, but I could not tell from the package whether it was or wasn't, just because of the texture of it and the way that it sets. It is a very soft, rubbery plastic with that excellent purple texture to it. How cool would it have been if it was cloth goods and the hood would come up? You know, maybe we'll have somebody, aftermarket developer, have something come out that will be a soft goods for it. Or maybe, hey, one probably already exists, knowing the popularity of these figures. But there we go, and just let's just take a closer look at this guy, right? Let me get back on track. I'm just so fascinated by having this in my hand. Okay, so the paint apps on this, right? So we're dealing with glow-in-the-dark plastic, so it's kind of a different world than what I normally look at. But even the detail sculpted into it, right? So very cool. You can just see that skull shape, the subtle teeth etched into there, but then the tiny thin black lines just to kind of help highlight those. Just look at all that detail sculpted into there. The eyes, a little faded in there, right? A little bit more black could have been airbrushed in there, just like in the crack up here. There's a little, it kind of thins out a little bit. So it starts pretty dark, but then it thins out to a gray. I don't know if that was intentional. I wouldn't think so, because it's a crack through a skull is a crack. I would think there wouldn't be anything kind of getting in the way if he's an undead warrior, right? And then also here, that one obviously would definitely be all black. I do appreciate the red dots. They seem to be very well applied. And the hole for the nose, also very well done. It seems very clean. I love the highlights on the teeth because they're very thin, but they are almost evenly thin all the way around. The only one that is a very dead center one looks a little bit thicker than other ones, but otherwise, for the how thin and fine those are, very well done. Okay, so let's check out some mobility. All right, so side to side, looking great. Look at him go. All right, let's back him up and get some better focus here. Look at him go. All right, so let's check out the up and down. Not expecting a lot here, right? So up, no, not really. You know, it's basically looking straight forward. Down, very good, right? Almost chin to chest, pretty close to it. So that's good to see. Now let's see, with this cape, can he do it? I would hope so, because he's all, yes, there we go. So once you get it past the collar of the cape, I know this is what's important to everybody. Can a head do an Exorcist 360? It definitely can, and it'll move around the collar of the cape, and the cape being that cast rubberized plastic, and this mostly plastic, especially what's going to rub against it, you don't really have to worry about paint rub, so you can do silly stuff like that. I like the highlights here on the neck. I'm not sure if it was intentional, but you can kind of see some spots where it gets through. I'm assuming it was, because we also have it here. Kind of helps be like a shadowy type thing on a bone, or however they want to imply the structure of it. Moving to the arm, you know, kind of the typical that we would expect, right? So it does have a good up and down to almost level. Good rotation on it, right? So it does go all the way around. Obviously, we're not going to have any kind of butterfly joints or anything like that. We do not have bicep tricep rotation, but we do have elbow rotation with a single elbow, but not a lot of mobility on it because Scareglow is huge, right? Yeah. He glows in the dark so he can work out in the dark, right? He lights his way. He's working out in the middle of the night building those scare guns, right? So good to see the elbow full mobility there. Same thing with the wrist, right? Good. And then we've got forward and backwards with the hand, which is also excellent, right? And the fingers are quite well done. I'm curious how they spread out like that, though. I wonder if maybe I can heat them up and get them to straighten out just a little bit, maybe some hot water or something. So anyway, but the sculpting on it, very clean. It looks good. There's a lot of casting flash, but you know, that's something that could easily be trimmed away if someone needs to. And then the other arm, same mobility all the way down, but then we've got the good old that regular good thumbs up, but it is to grip, right, to hold the staff, right. It does look like Scareglow approves. Thumbs up. Okay, enough of that. And then of course nothing in the mid torso as far as flexibility, but we do have that hip waist rotation, and then the good old external underwear, but loinclothy type fabric thing. Excellent flexibility there. So the Scareglow thumbs up split. I mean, that is inspirational right there. It's like a Chuck Norris poster. And no thigh rotation, of course, but we do have a knee flexibility. And you know what? Let's see. Let's bring this leg back down. It took a little bit of effort. So not bad, right? He can reasonably limber up while still giving the thumbs up, so pretty good thanks to that knee flexibility and rotation. But then we also have calf rotation, which does help with getting this this nice claw foot around, but it does have a good up and down, and it even has a little bit of a pin to help let Scareglow break his ankle. Say that 3 times fast. Okay, so very good. And then the same capability all the way down the other leg, right? So same things we've got going there. Now, let's look at some of these paint apps, which we already saw. There's not a lot going on, but there are a few issues, right? So the black, we can see it kind of fades in and out in some places, inconsistent here. That does not look intentional right there. Yeah, that does not look intentional. You know, but it's one error, and you can see like, it's a lot thicker on the arms, which the plastic is slightly different as opposed to here. You can, I don't know if you can kind of tell, yeah, it's a little bit lighter, and you can see it. So the paint looks a little bit more matte than it does here. This is more like I'm gonna say this looks a satin, where this looks more like a matte black, and then this is almost in between the two. That's a lot thicker and a lot more pop to it. That's a little less, and this is somewhere in between. And it looks like it's tough to tell if some of this stuff is intentional or some black paint is missing. Like right there, it looks like something's missing because it's not really the same over here. It does have a bit of a shape to it, but not quite the same. All in all, though, a little bit of an issue right there. But, I mean, all in all, it's a great figure, right? It is a great representation of a slightly updated, modern-ish-ized retro version of a He-Man Scareglow. And I just, to have one, even if it's a brand new version that is, it's not the original one, that's totally fine. I have a retro-looking Scareglow, and it's in my hands, and that is just fascinating to me. Okay, I call me silly, but let's see how he stands. Does he do it on his own? There we go. Scareglow answers to Skeletor, but will he answer to me? And gravity. Will he defy gravity? Come on, let's alphabet this. Okay, so there we go. He stands pretty well on his own. He may look like he's saying, come on, but he's standing well on his own. And one last fun little test. Let's put him up in the light real quick. And we're going to bring him back. Let's see if he's charged enough. We're going to cut the lights. It's tough to say if he's glowing yet. Maybe we need to charge him a little bit longer. But we will be back with Scareglow with some 360s. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the Masters of the Universe retro style that 40th anniversary from Mattel, the Target exclusive. Just noticed it in stores today and picked it up, so keep an eye out. It was a little side cap piece. I hope you like this. I hope if you want one of these that you can find it. If you've wanted a Scare Glow all this time, and this one can fill that need, because it is fantastic. It's just a great thing. I was very excited to find it, so hopefully you can as well, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks. Hey everyone, we are currently running our Arrive Serpentor Arrive giveaway, where we are giving away one Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Serpentor with Air Chariot. All you have to do is comment on this video to be entered to win. Each video during the giveaway period will have a secret keyword shared within the video, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. Because the first person to comment that keyword gets pinned to the top of the comments and gets 2 entries for that video. A special thank you goes out to all of you for making it possible for us to be able to already start giving back. Well, that about does it. Thank you as always for checking us out and for joining on this collecting journey. Look for at least 2 new videos each week, if not more. If you got something from today's episode and haven't already done so, please subscribe and click that like button. It would really help us out, and it would truly mean a lot to me. And if you'd like to see some more videos, there are a couple of quick links on your screen right now for you to check out. But no matter what, as always, thank you for taking the time, and remember, we are all in this world of collecting together. Let's look out for each other. Thanks.